my knowledge of Chesterton before I got involved with the Academy was very indirect. And even today, I find Chesterton as one of the Catholic thinkers who you have to read more than once, at least if you're me, to get everything out of him that you can. Whether it's Orthodoxy or his stories, the content, if it,
Jeez, modern.
I guess it is, the late 19th, early 20th century content that he produced. His books of essays that he published in newspapers and journals and things like that, those are the things of his that I can consume readily because he was writing for an audience that was prepared to read on that level. So I can talk about film and art and go to a certain depth. The challenge with Chesterton is something beyond what you get when you read C.S. Lewis, for example. Lewis writes at a level that I would recommend to anybody who wants to start to take a fresh look at Christianity, generally speaking. He's very approachable, very warm, intelligent, but crystallizes intelligent thoughts in a way that the average person can not just comprehend as if it's the lowest common denominator, but he puts it in a way that is humble in some sense.
Okay.
And I'm not saying Chesterton isn't, but Chesterton is very colorful. Chesterton is very whimsical with the kinds of language that he will employ in a given work, and his philosophy is very hard for me to penetrate.
Yeah, he's a little bit more poetic.
He is. Well, he was an art student before he was anything, and he discovered that he could write and that he could do much of the good that he was planning to do anyway. So he was somebody who was a creative. He was a thinker. Some of the most pleasant passages of Chesterton's work are, again, whimsical in nature. You always had the feeling that he was sort of riding on a cloud. So that impenetrable philosophical language doesn't feel harsh or burdensome, but it is hard. I have difficulty reading him on first go. So I recommend if you find a book of his articles or short stories, I would give that a look at some point if you find that Orthodoxy is maybe not yielding up its secrets to you as readily as you wanted to. Don't give up on it. Keep going.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice. I actually found it's on YouTube. It's a guy reading it to me. Like, you can watch him read it. It's like a live stream. But he also breaks down a little bit, and he'll reread things because he's doing it for the same reason. He had to read it multiple times because there's so many levels to it. There's so much there, and you mentioned content. And when I first started, like I think I'm on like chapter 2 or something in that book, in that little YouTube series, and my overwhelming thought is like, can you imagine Chesterton on Twitter? His responses, because if correct me if I'm wrong, Orthodoxy's response to another book or something, a series of essays like was it Heresy that he posted for somebody else, and this is a kind of his response back. He goes, okay, I broke down your philosophy, but
now I'll build mine up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, okay, well then, boom, comment, here's my stuff, and it's like wow, and it's like you said, the poeticness that he does have. And I have a very simple mind. I think, I don't know, I never thought I was creative. I'm actually kind of impressed I'm able to like make shorts and stuff. But train of thoughts coming back. It'll come. It's coming.
Well, I mean, it is more natural to you than you think, regardless of whether you are a content creator by your temperament or by your obligation in your line of work. Chesterton would point out that from the beginning, if you examine archaeology, if you go back into the history of man is first and foremost a storyteller. So the fact that you are engaging with things like content creation and storytelling in some sense, in some creative way, that is intrinsic to your nature. Some people are completely all in on storytelling. Some people have a vocation to storytelling and to art creation that surpasses anything that we can possibly imagine. But be encouraged by that. Just remember that we're all storytellers. This is really how we communicate with each other in some sense.
Yeah. No, because diving deeper into philosophy, it's always been hard for me to grasp. I realize I don't think in color. I don't dream in color. I actually my dreams don't make sense. They're usually shapes. It's really really weird. I talked to a priest about this because he was talking about like meditative prayer, and I'm like, I can't, like he goes, all right, look, think of the crucifix, like imagine the crucifix. I can't. It's just I can't do it. It's really, really weird. And philosophy is a lot of like that additional thought on top of just what they're saying, and that's where I'm struggling to kind of piece it apart and see what I can get. That's why I love talking to people who have that background, who already read it and digested it. To hear it already digested is really easier to eat, like a baby food. You know, it's just baby food philosophy. That's what I need. That's why podcasts are fantastic to listen to for me, from like Practical Kindness, because they're breaking down a hard subject into something that I can easily comprehend.